from last week. Okay, so where did we leave off? We left off with, does Liam count for Caleb? Yes, I count Liam as for 1 for Caleb. Just like I count Talia for 1 for Raphael. She's around enough. I count Liam as that one too. Like that would go very badly. So I feel like we left off with Jeremiah telling us that we could warp, but it could end not so good. He didn't say bad per se, but the survivability rate is at 100%, barely. Jeremiah had altercations. And we decided to go for it. Yeah, we left off with Jeremiah about to warp us with his special van. Oh my god, these boys. They're gonna be the death of me, honestly. Oh my god, I love these boys so much. I love them so much. And right. Xavier and MC ate the cookies. Oh, right, the cookies. I did write down some notes from when I rewatched it. I wrote down some notes, so I have a whole lore thing for this. But we'll do a lore breakdown after next week. All right, let's get into the first segment of chapter 2, called Raging Torrent. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this. I'm so excited. Lore guide to share with everyone if that's fair. Oh yes, I love this new background too. Unbeknownst to anyone, a small flower delivery truck sits at the end of the aerial tunnel frontage road. The vehicle blends into its surroundings. Jeremiah's movements have reached a level that's beyond my comprehension. I've heard of space warp technology, but I always thought it was nothing more than a theory. Sometimes, from a distant future, I feel a little nervous. But that anxiety quickly recedes like a tide when I hear a poorly stifled yawn. Oh, sleepy boy. Oh, you're so sleepy. Xavier, I can't believe you're sleepy right now. Don't you feel on edge?
You're the one who's too nervous.
We're about to do a space warp.
It's more like jumping. It sounds impressive, but...
It's actually really impressive.
Jeremiah takes a break from his work to chime in. Xavier turns his head back.
Don't listen to him. He's just bragging. This isn't a real space warp. There are too many conditions it can't meet.
Yes.
You can imagine it as an elevator that's slightly faster than usual. We just don't know which floor it'll stop at.
That doesn't make me feel better. We appreciate you, Jeremiah. I'm somewhat stunned. Is it really just an elevator?
Range safety measures are in place, and the emergency brakes are functional. Everything's ready. What about you guys?
Please don't use the emergency brakes while we're going at Mach affinity. The windows, rearview mirrors, decorations, sturdy leaves, and delicate flower petals begin to vibrate at the same rate. Jeremiah's hand pauses in midair, his gaze sweeping over each of us. Although he appears slightly tense, he's not too anxious. Jeremiah, your second guessing is not evoking any confidence either. In the silence, he presses his lips together and activates the vehicle's warp drive. I don't think that's actually it, Xavier, but okay. A loud hum bursts forth from within me, and it almost instantly blurs my consciousness. All my senses are in turmoil. My body and soul are thrown into chaos. At that moment, a hand quickly grasps mine. My trembling heart settles and allows my consciousness to flow freely. Hello. Invisible forces draw upon pure energy born from nothingness. They twist time and space. They accumulate and condense. Invisible forces draw upon pure energy born from nothingness. Oh, there we go. It just added. Okay. A giant star's death builds the framework for this energy. A collision in a binary star system strengthens its form. A wave of meteorite bombardment covers it with an outer shell. Finally, a faint fluctuation from cosmic strings sends it into orbit. After being incubated for hundreds of millions of years, it takes on the appearance of a young planet. What is going on? Oh. The birth of the universe is flourishing. Its flourishing growth, decline, and eventual collapse into an aether core plays in an endless loop. It's a cycle of perpetual renewal. Light and dust flickers as they flow past. At first, it's impossible to tell whether I'm moving forward or backward, ascending or descending. It's as if my consciousness is being swept along a river. It converges in the torrent until it falls into the vast ocean of the cosmos. At that moment, the flowing universe calms and reaches a complete standstill. It's the perfect time to wake up. Ooh, this is good. The restraints on my consciousness return bit by bit. Scattered thoughts and confused. Fragmented memories are picked up and restored one by one. I remember who I am, and I know with certainty that I haven't fallen into the universe because my body is about to collapse this time. Was that because of the space warp? Everything in my periphery is still, and the universe is frozen in this moment. The past, present, and future converge like countless rivers meeting at the same time. Time loses its meaning, and everything throughout eternity unfolds within my unconsciousness. Or my consciousness. Huh? I wonder if we hear the tree of life from Xavier's poem. Oh, maybe. In that moment of the thought flashing, something establishes a connection with me. It's a hollow planet. Ooh, it's Velos. I look toward it. When I see the dying planet whose energy has been depleted, everything begins to flow. Massive artificial satellites sweep across nearby orbits. At the same time, a bright speck of light rises from the planet. Without any hesitation, it plunges into the torrent of space-time. It looks familiar to me. That's a ring-shaped ship. It's... the Traceback 2? Oh, what a start. What a start. I'm so excited. Every time this is brought up, I always think about this. I would love it. I know that they did it once, but I would love it if she heard the secret times that Xavier records for her on the Traceback 2. I think that would be very cute. They traveled back in time. I don't know. Let's continue. I'm really excited. For the future. I don't know. There's a lot going on. There is. I see Traceback 2's starting point, and I also see every moment after it begins its journey. His poetry, yes. Is Xavier in there? Repeating his name in my heart, I fall towards the ring-shaped ship. It's as if I'm descending into a river of time where it exists. The rising bubbles transform into stars of various sizes and scatter, and the ship's outline rapidly becomes clear. The scars on the spaceship's hull that I had seen aren't there yet. The compartments that were broken in my memory are now bustling with life. This is what it looked like with their mission. The small spaceship's portholes frame several scenes of varying activities. On the cluttered workbench are equipment of various sizes, some familiar and some not. They sit in piles. I've seen traces of them at Jeremiah's place. Two sisters who look alike are polishing their comrades' badges, the gleaming metal sparkling brilliantly in their hands. 5 or 6 people are wearing the same uniforms gathered in the center. They're animatedly discussing something while looking at several holographic star charts with overlapping galaxies. In the distance, regularly blinking panels and instruments displays run smoothly, their faint light occasionally illuminating a distant figure. Their uniforms. I feel like I've worn one myself. I watch the Backtrackers from another space-time as if they're part of a vivid, lifelike, silent film. Most of them are people I've never met before. So why do I feel a sense of familiarity? The crowd around the holographic charts is suddenly agitated. I suppress my quickening heartbeat and move closer to the porthole. I can make out certain faces among them. Oh. It's easy to see that there are two people fighting. Another person is trying to mediate. It doesn't look like him, but is this Soren? Soren is their mediator? He's desperately trying to stop the two, but neither can be held back. They still end up fighting. The other Backtrackers pull him away from the fight. They gather along the sidelines and happily watch the spectacle. What about Xavier? I don't see him anywhere. Oh, I have to go back. As if in an omniscient the dream. My consciousness guides me as I float along the exterior of the traceback too. Some things never change. In the furthest window, I finally see a familiar figure. The distance between the portholes is so great that he appears to be alone from the outside. He's away from the crowd located at the other end of the spaceship. But this doesn't make him seem lonely. He's watching the commotion, and everyone is held within his gaze. Their relationships were really good back then. What happened? A gaze that transcends time and space is like dark matter. Even when it intrudes upon the world within the portholes, no one should notice it. But the figure wearing light-colored clothes suddenly gets up and walks towards the window. Xavier! My racing heart is seemingly pounding against my eardrums. As he moves closer, I unconsciously shift to the porthole as well. I don't know what my current form is. I only want to press my hand against his palm as it rests on the other side of the window. Oh. In that moment, those eyes that have already seen everything look out. His peaceful gaze is endless. I don't know if my figure is reflected in his eyes, or maybe the countless stars in Deepspace cover his vision. Space shakes violently. My consciousness grows hazy, and I only feel myself being pulled backward. I fall onto something soft. This is a seat, a vehicle compartment. This spacecraft overlaps with the Philos delivery truck that's filled with flowers. My palm touches a window. It's not a porthole. It's the window of the truck. Everything instantly becomes real. Get a man who could be your gravity and hold you down in hands. Has the cosmic consciousness convergence ended? As if confirming my thoughts, the compartment keeps shaking. My consciousness withdraws from the emptiness of space at an increasingly fast pace. I can't help but feel a surge of urgency. I look towards my periphery. I want to see what lies at the end of the current, where Traceback 2 is located. Oh my gosh, this is so... There's so much going on right now. I didn't think I'd see a destroyed planet there. It's Earth. A certain voice rings out in my consciousness. That is Traceback 2's destination. And it's what will become of the current Lingon in the near future. In the backtracking torrent, the Earth's core flows with light once again. It continuously swallows the energy that had escaped. The tectonic plates that had already disintegrated are being pulled in the opposite direction. The planet's condition is being reversed. Among all this, a streak of silver light rushes towards the massive vortex formed by dust, meteorites, and planetary debris. At last, it burns deep within the reformed planet. How could this have happened? Didn't Traceback 2 reach Earth? Panic grips my heart. My gaze moves away, and Traceback 2 travels quietly through deep space. I see Xavier turn, and the cosmic fluctuation detector behind him receives a new signal. It's impossible to know what he saw. All worries sink into the sea of consciousness, and lucidity once again distances itself from me. Oh my gosh. This is so much. I, above the familiar Earth, saw myself. The me on Earth is looking through the truck compartment's barrier to gaze at the void above. Meanwhile, the me in the air is rapidly falling. I see the image of myself reflected in my eyes. The familiar giant eye that once devoured me. Is she the eye? Once the observer's vision leaves the cosmos, the changes don't stop. The space-time current that Traceback 2 is traveling on, along with countless other currents whose origins can't be seen, has arrived at the same turning point. This is a turning point outside the natural order. Thus, their destination is changed. A predetermined future shatters. The air twirls, a rift appears, and it spits out a small truck. A barrier opens just in time. It catches the vehicle half a second before it lands, which prevents everything and everyone from being smashed into pieces.
Great. It was a safe landing.
Yeah.
Whoa. Our spaceship?
The place we landed at is none other than the depths of No Hunt Zone number 42. We're next to the Traceback 2. The hazy sounds of amusement intensifies my dizziness. I blink, and the first thing I feel is a hand I'm gripping onto for some reason. I'm still not sure what to think of the eye thing. Meant to be a vision of the Aether Core? I don't know. Xavier tightly held both my hands this whole time. Oh.
Can you hear me? Do you feel dizzy or nauseous?
Xavier?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, he's actually worried. What I'm leaning against changes from the truck door into something warmer and softer. Then the door opens and the scent of the forest rushes in. For one whole minute, I'm reacquainted with myself and let Xavier come back into focus. It feels like a lifetime ago. Still slightly overlapping with those images, he approaches me. Warm fingers gently brush against the area around my eye. The evening breeze stirs. The slight coolness on my moistened face is exposed. Xavier looks surprised. The other two figures, who are more blurry, stop in front of the truck. They don't approach.
I blame you for this. Your driving skills are just as terrible as your swordsmanship.
Isaiah, now is not the time. Sweetie, thank you, Xavier.
Well,
It's fine. You're fine, Jeremiah. You did great, sweetie. You did exactly what needed to happen, and I'm so proud of you. Don't listen to Isaiah. The faint sound of conversations are far away, but Xavier is very quiet. The quieter it gets, the more disoriented I feel. Unsure of what to do next, I move my fingers and subconsciously loosen my grip. But nothing happens. The hand I'm holding onto is unwilling to cooperate. He has no way of knowing that I somehow missed making eye contact with him across the cosmos. I know. We didn't die, Jeremiah. You did great. But he's holding me tightly. My heart, deafened by overwhelming chaos, can finally hear the call of consciousness again. I shudder and hold him back with a firm grip.
Before the space warp happened, your evil was out of control. Do you remember?
Oh. A little. The Aether Core's energy must have surged.
You weren't in the best shape. If I hadn't held on to you.
He pauses. Then he gently pats my head to replace those unsaid words.
You're not hurt or anything?
Her Aether Core almost exploded. Thanks for putting me back together. I feel better. I'm just a little tired. And no, actually, I'm very, very tired.
Weightlessness, dizziness, sensory integration issues, partial memory loss, all of them are possible, but they're only temporary. I should have told you some tips for adapting to interstellar warps beforehand. They might have helped.
Would have been helpful. Would have been super helpful, Xavier, yes. It's very similar to what happened in DNR. Yeah. Oh, almost got isekai'd again.
I know. We'll make Soren pay for this, too.
I agree. In the end, I'm so exhausted that I lose the ability to think. Universal vision. Yeah, it's hard to say, but it's definitely reminiscent of DNR when she started remembering things for Silas also. Before falling asleep, the last thing I remember is me leaning against Xavier's shoulder. I listened to his slow breathing. That reality I had retrieved. It makes me want to cry. No, MC. That's so much information to start off with. We are not lacking on information. We do not want for information, that's for sure. I have some theories that will make it more sense. But I'll get to that later because some of it is revealed. Okay. Xavier, he's the best pillow. Oh yeah, for sure. Traces of betrayal. We're in the trace back too. The heaviness of my heartbeat pounds against my chest as I struggle to tear away the haze before my eyes. After going through that the first time. Seriously. This display of affection in the main story. I do too. I always love when they use our nicknames too. Seemingly enlarged, Xavier's face sways in my vision. I want to reach out and touch him, but I can only uncurl my fingers. Oh, hi handsome. Hi, Xavier. I love his eyes so much. Xavier notices this and leans down. He playfully nuzzles my hand with the tip of his... Xavier!
Did you sleep well? How are you feeling?
He's so close. Even simple words have the power to make me happy. Xavier isn't separated by a torrential space-time beyond my reach. How long was I out? The urge to kiss the eyelashes is real, honestly.
Less than 6 hours. The recovery chamber's data says your evil has stabilized. Once your fatigue fades, you should be okay.
He supports my shoulder and helps me sit up.
The people trying to intercept us are probably still investigating the tunnel. The commotion we created should be enough to delay them for a while. Jeremiah is fixing his truck. He says he wants to shorten the miniature warp distance so it can be used for flower delivery across city blocks.
Okay, you know what, Raphael, or not Raphael, you know what, Jeremiah?
So there's no need to worry. You can focus on resting until dawn.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You. No way. Stay away from... Ugh.
Right now, I'm lying in trace back to his recovery chamber. Xavier is by my side while Jeremiah and Isaiah are outside fixing the truck. A fragment of memory once dormant slowly stirs. Feelings that emerged in the cosmic consciousness surge again. I was once one of them. Together, we shared a thrilling cosmic adventure. The cosmic coordinates Traceback 2 originally had. What were they exactly? Did something unexpected happen before you arrived? The unexpected question causes Xavier's expression to falter slightly, and his hand on my shoulder tightens in response. It's time to start using your mouth for speaking, Xavier.
What did you figure out?
I force myself to raise my arms and grab Xavier's fingers. I saw that you were supposed to arrive at an Earth as it stood on the threshold of destruction. But you're all alive, and Earth is fine. Was I seeing things? As I ramble, the surprise in Xavier's eyes gradually fades. He squeezes my fingers as he continues questioning me.
What else did you see?
All the Backtrackers. Jeremiah and Isaiah were fighting, and there was someone who reminded me of Soren. I also spotted people that I've never seen before.
What about me?
He turns and sits down. With a more serious expression, he lowers his gaze. I asked you about an important matter.
I also asked you about an important matter. You saw all of them. So what about me?
Xavier! I understand, of course, that this gentle questioning is his unique way of reassuring me. Fortunately, he really is safe and sound. I pull myself out of that overwhelming panic, squeeze his fingers, and clear my throat. We saw you, Xavier, don't worry. I saw you, but it seemed like you didn't fit in. It took me a while to find you. Why were you all by yourself near the control panel? Were you too intimidating? Everyone was too scared to hang out with you.
It should have been my turn to be on duty. Otherwise, I would have stepped in when Isaiah and Jeremiah were fighting.
You'd break up their spat?
I'd remind them that comrades who fight get punished. So if they were going to brawl, they might as well make it count. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it.
I love that Xavier is just encouraging it, but was like, you guys are still gonna get in trouble, so you might as well, like, hit each other hard. For a moment there, I wasn't... Oh, no. You're devious, Xavier. No wonder you stayed far away. You enjoyed the show.
Aside from their fight and typical tomfoolery, did you see anything else? It sounds like the Backtrackers are a disorganized group of misfits.
Sounds like I would do it. You know how no one sees you work hard, but you get caught when you slack off? It's a universal law. Besides, I didn't bother to look at anyone else once I found you. Xavier tilts his head slightly, as if curiosity has been satisfied. He finally seems willing to answer my original question.
During our backtracking, I received cosmic fluctuations. The source of their transmission was unknown.
Hooligans! Was it like the signal from Deepspace that we received in 2034? Xavier freezes for a moment, then his expression suddenly softens, his smile carrying a profound meaning that's difficult to read.
Maybe. Although their source couldn't be traced, they weren't difficult to decode. I'm very familiar with the encryption method.
Okay.
They sent coordinates that were similar but different from the ones we originally had. At the time, I wasn't sure what that meant.
Similar but different? Similar but... okay.
For certain reasons, we decided to change coordinates at the last minute. The landing time ended up being a bit more off than expected.
How much?
A little over 200 years.
Whoop! My eyes widen as I stare at his face. I blink once, then twice. I thought I understood you enough already, but I never expected.
It wasn't that big a deal. 200 years is just a small ripple in the endless river of time.
Xavier. What happened after that? What were you supposed to do once you landed on an unfamiliar planet in the wrong time period? A little. So I forgot to carry over the one.
I should clarify something first.
Are you going to tell me how old you are?
Whether it's a journey with time travel or a displacement of 200 years, both are already in the past. You don't need to worry about the hardships we've already endured.
I look at the silent, damaged Traceback 2. Its voyage across the barriers of time and space and carried grand, heavy ideals. Jeremiah probably blames Soren. The Backtrackers who escaped fate's crash once greatly cherished it. What made them have the resolve to leave it behind? For someone who's eager to change something, 200 years would feel like a long time. Xavier doesn't comment on that. Instead, he holds my hand and stands up.
Are you feeling better? I want to take you somewhere.
Way to dodge. Way to dodge. He's at least 300. One antidote suggests he could be older. Oh yeah, he's definitely... The deep, inky darkness is diluted, even though the horizon hasn't broken free from the merged silhouette of distant mountains and dense forests. At least the night isn't as dark anymore. Xavier brings me to the back of the spaceship. Scars cover the hull, and tangled, exposed cables hang like sinews. He pushes the vines aside and opens the small hatch door hidden underneath. There's an internal network composed of chips.
This is Traceback 2's energy transmission system module. What you're seeing makes up roughly 3/1000ths of the entire system. If there isn't enough energy to power it, the spaceship will lose propulsion. Over those 200 years, repairing the spaceship became everyone's primary concern when we realized that achieving our goal would require careful, long-term planning.
That was a lot of information to give out all at once. This is the Traceback 2's energy transmission system module. What you're saying now makes up the 3/1000ths of the... There isn't enough energy to power it. The spaceship will lose propulsion. Over those 200 years, repairing the spaceship became everyone's primary concern. When we realized that achieving our goal required careful long-term planning. Okay. He takes my hand and places it on the delicate panel.
Use your evol to sense it.
The transmission system suddenly turns on. It rapidly consumes my energy. But the process of converting kinetic energy, as well as the transmission, isn't smooth. It's like a pipeline with too many breaks. The loss during transmission is very high. Is it because of the damage?
It's the opposite.
What? His large hand covers mine, and the calluses from wielding a sword brush against my skin. They carry the solemnity of two people drawing a blade together. Xavier lowers his gaze and silently releases his evol. I immediately follow suit. Following his guidance, I detect traces that I couldn't find before. I sense several classes of evol, but the residual energy is already very faint. These are
It's the power of other backtrackers. This part of the transmission system has the least amount of damage. At the time, we decided to prioritize repairing it. What you're seeing is the result of that.
That's what Xavier keeps saying, no matter how long he worked somewhere. The warmth flows into my heart along with his explanation. I gently touch the transmission system with newfound reverence and try to expand my detection range. It works. Now that it's several square meters wide, the evils I can sense become more numerous. Some are intense, others are gentle. Each seemingly has a different personality, just like their owners.
033034 in Section G is almost fully repaired. The next phase, if we continue to supply our all that awaits us is failure.
Can we try again, please? Hey, leaving too?
This doesn't involve just one person. The spaceship, it affects everyone. Your orders, I won't accept.
Those moments in time have been preserved by the transmission system as energy. They appear as hollow pieces of amber in places where the light illuminates them. The Backtrackers once gathered here to repair the massive Traceback 2, and it was this place where they left traces of them parting ways.
They fought one day. Afterward, half of the people who had been repairing the ship gave up. Later on, several more among that group left. Fewer people stayed behind. And after a very, very long time, it became what you see now.
Oh, Xavier, I'm so sorry. Fragments of light drift like dust from the vines he brushes aside. As the night wind rises, they scatter and land on the grass. Faint light pours down from behind us. Our shadows are cast on the damaged surface of Traceback 2. They bring an energy fluctuation. Sensing something, I turn and look toward the east. The morning light rips open a line along the distant horizon, and the towering structure in the area casts a long shadow. Once our eyes adjust to the light, we realize it's a magnificent, giant sword standing upright. It's as if it cleaved heaven and earth. The holy sword of the goddess? Ah, no, so much is happening. So much is happening. There is so much going on. There's so much. This is the scene from the time lucky. Oh, yes. Alright. They left my bun behind. Alright, let's keep going. The holy sword of the goddess has appeared again. Wait, I thought we were in No Hunt 42.
It wasn't there last night. It just appeared out of nowhere this morning.
We loved Jeremiah so much more because he was the only one that stuck by Xavier the entire time. I know!
What is it? A mirage?
It's the holy sword of the goddess, little child. Duh. Morning light bathes the boundary between the city and no hunt zone number 39. It illuminates the metal fence that's in front of the seclusion barrier and the old plaza. The crowd isn't gathered to gawk at the ruined streetscape from the old water attack. They're staring at the lowering sword-shaped monument that seems to have appeared out of thin air. Where's a child here, though?
It materialized earlier than expected.
While we were rushing over from the no-hunt zone number 42, the panic triggered by the Holy Sword's appearance had been brewing for an hour. Outside the no-hunt zone that's been cut off, onlookers surround the area. Xavier and I weave through them. We move closer to the seclusion barrier.
The anti-tracking devices I gave you were just thrown together, but they should still work.
Thanks, Jeremiah. You're the best.
The only downside is the limited battery life. You have 5 hours at most. You better work fast.
We will do it in 4. Got it. But getting a closer look might be a little tricky. It's daytime and everyone will be watching. Before I can finish, Xavier pulls me towards the stationed Evol police officer and flashes a vintage-style wallet.
Hello, I'm the hunter who was sent to investigate the situation. This is my partner.
Oh, in the blink of an eye, we're inside the perimeter. Attaboy, Xavier.
What were you talking to Jeremiah about?
Oh! Xavier. Xavier, is now the time? Babe, can we talk about this later? Nothing? I just forgot I had official clearance to enter and exit no hunt zones. We've either been hunted down or forced into hiding these past few days. Everything's a mess. This is all Soren's fault.
He has a mountain of debts on him. I doubt he's sleeping as soundly as we are.
What did you show the officers anyways? Your hunter ID?
Yeah, my hunter credentials. Huh?
Xavier. The old wallet is open. Xavier calm expression subtly changes.
It's my Bunny's Hot Pot membership card.
Listen. Xavier's just expressing that if you have enough confidence, you can get through any barrier by just pretending that that's where you belong. Your Bunny's Hot Pot membership card. We stare at the beaming rabbit mascot for a few seconds. Then we decided to move on. Sir, you have an actual hunter's ID. Listen, when you're in... I feel like when he saw the Evol police, he automatically thought Evol police wallet, and he sort of did like an Evol police thing. Hot pot does sound good. Oops. Passing by the damaged buildings within the no-hunt zone, the asphalt road under us is slowly replaced with pristine white stone slabs. This is the completed Holy Sword of the Goddess. This didn't say Bikini Inspector on it. Bunny hot mom. His most prized possession. Unlike the phantoms I've seen before, the solid statue stands before me. It's solemn and graceful like a reverend queen. A queen, Oh no. What's going on? As soon as my consciousness wavers, dizziness strikes me.
Are you determined to do 1,000 strikes? You fulfill every request our teacher makes. I don't want you to become another's knight. I can choose not to become king. You can choose not to join the Lightseekers, who answer only to the royal family.
No! That was me and Xavier. I'm gonna cry. A gentle breeze sweeps through the grass, and my vision refocuses. Xavier stands beneath the giant sword, his palm pressed against the blade. As if transported back to that ancient time, he bows his head and silently recites something. Or maybe he's performing a ritual. Another gust sweeps across the ground. He opens his eyes and returns to the familiar demeanor.
This is...
A faint light is peeled away from the monument. It flows into Xavier's palm. Without the light's concealment, the scratches on the statue's surface become visible.
They're new.
Did Wanderers from the No-Hunt Zone do this? Wait, Wanderers haven't appeared in the No-Hunt Zone number 39 for a long time. Oh, Xavier, look! There's a wavy leaf sea lavender. I'm gonna get emotional. Familiar yet somehow different, a cluster of small blue flowers grows close to its base. I reach out and touch them, but the petals wilt, oh no, and disappear as soon as my fingers tips reach them.
Watch out.
The unexpected turn of events shatters the tranquility. Xavier pulls me back, his light blade ready to strike.
Something's off. No. This descended piece of Velos isn't right. Can you sense the energy fluctuations?
There are abnormal fluctuations behind the monument. It's like a huge magnetic field overlap I sensed before.
That means the statue's appearance is only the beginning. Maybe you'll see Astria Knight Academy.
That name sounds familiar. Light shines as Xavier uses his blade instead of his finger to gently touch the vines on the statue. It's as if he punctured a static illusion. The vines rapidly shrivel up under his sword. They turn into smoke and dust in the blink of an eye.
This isn't good. The forcibly transplanted Velos is withering.
Are you saying... Xavier crouches down and runs his hand over the slab we're on. His palm is covered in a layer of light-colored dust.
Without its original energy from the cosmos, everything on the planet will only decay faster.
Oh no, it's like his... Oh man. God. Oh no, Soren, what are you doing? Stop! Soren, stop! Oh my god, you're ruining everything.
We once theorized this could happen. The Flux Nexus in No Hunt Zone number 39 has already been destroyed, yet the Holy Sword of the Goddess still appeared.
I am afraid only Soren knows the truth. Xavier narrows his eyes as he looks at the wilted, wavy sea lavender at his feet. Just when I believed he might be thinking of finding Soren by himself again, he closes his eyes. Then he looks up and softly speaks to me.
Let's go. Soren is in a good hiding place. We won't be able to locate him immediately.
How did you know I was worried about that?
You're gripping my hand tight. It wasn't hard to figure out.
Okay.
There's no point in staying here any longer. Let's get going. We'll think of something.
This is... When we return, the crowd of onlookers has already grown larger. They're sizing up Xavier and me. The hunters on duty have arrived. I step forward to explain the situation to my colleagues in the Evol police. That's it, more or less. I recommend avoiding the area for now. Keep your distance while maintaining a high level of security presence. The latest energy data has already been uploaded. Let's wait for the association's analysis before considering the next course of action. After saying goodbye, I turn to call Xavier so that we can leave, but I see him staring at the crowd. What's the matter?
I saw a familiar face.
A backtracker? I move toward the checkpoint. Okay, Xavier. I'm not sure if I should call for backup.
I know who it is. He's not allied with Soren. We'll circle around and grab him.
Oh? Leave my 6-foot-tall alien CEO alone. Xavier and I split up and blend into the crowd. We follow its flow to sneakily approach the backtracker. Just as we're closing in, the person senses something, quickly pulls down his hat and turns to walk away. We've been spotted.
Get ready to ambush him.
Layers of people obstruct my line of sight. I struggle to push through the gaps as I chase after him. But whenever I'm about to catch up, I become unfocused for a moment.
Stay at least 6 meters away. Keep your distance. He's a psychic class evolver.
Oh!
Close to the chance he could paralyze your brain or make you go blind.
Okay. We knew. I know it's still a surprise, but we knew that they were going to bring this in. He's strong. The backtracker quickly realizes we're keeping our distant and decides to use the crowd as cover to make his escape. Just as I'm about to close in, strong metaflex suddenly falls. My concentration scatters. They finally showed up! A wanderer? No. The scale of this metaflex.
It's a horde.
Oh? The space is torn apart as several menacing figures fall. Wanderers lunge towards the civilians who have collapsed. I can't worry about the backtracker now. I immediately call the Evol police and let them evacuate the citizens. Then I raise my gun. Beside me, he flashes and vanishes. In the blink of an eye, the blade has already sliced the Wanderer's claw. Thanks for the warning, Xavier, seriously. But what surprises me even more is the person who appears later is standing in front of the civilians. It's that backtracker.
I'll handle this side.
An unfamiliar composed voice comes from Xavier's side. It's like an old phone call that took years to connect. Oh, they're throwing me into a battle. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Hang on, I can make it work. There we go.
Will I get what I want this time? Pay attention. It's time.
Here we go.
Pay attention to its notes. Are you okay?
I was just careless. Go back to the pit you came from. Xavier.
I'm here. It's time.
Here
The enemies are weak. Now's our chance. Can you keep up?
I didn't even sweat.
Watch out. It's getting back up.
Get out of there, Xavier.
It's time.
Here we go.
Be careful not to get hit. Are you okay?
I was just careless.
Keep up the momentum. Step back, now. It's time.
Here we go.
Hello?
I'm not afraid.
Oh, rude.
Come to me. It's time to end it.
Okay, I'm not gonna use my
Pay
Ardent
attention to
Oath
its
yet
movements.
because the bro
It's time.
ran out of my.
Here we
The
go.
enemies are weak. Now
There we
let's
go.
move.
I won't lose to
Leave
you.
it to the hunting morale officer.
Eat this.
Be careful.
Xavier.
I'm here. End it.
We did it.
We did it. I was not expecting him to throw me into battle. Bang. The tall, thin backtracker is pushed through the doorway. You guys, I just imagine I imagine the crowd sitting there watching us with popcorn. Like, everyone just pauses and they just watch these two hunters just beating up, beating up the wanderers. I always forget they have one like halfway through the chapter sometimes. Yeah. Bang. The tall, thin backtracker is pushed through the doorway. I follow Xavier and take a moment to glance at the small sign hanging on the door. No Worries Agency. Sounds like an organization that takes money to solve problems. Upon entering, I see the decor is just like the stuff you'd see in an old, in the offices of old TV dramas. Simple, yet refreshing. They carry a faint scent of plants and wood. It's formal and not what I had imagined. Xavier locks the door and acts more like the owner of the office rather than an actual owner.
Sullivan, has Soren contacted you recently?
It's been ages since we last
Hi.
saw each other.
Who?
Do you have anything else to say?
Xavier, what did I say about hiring attractive backtrackers? Listen, I can't be responsible for how I feel.
The holy sword of the goddess manifested here. We don't know what will appear next. Now's not the time for a heart-to-heart. Has Soren contacted you?
Ooh, right straight to the point. Okay, Xavier.
No.
Hello there. I thought he looked like Henry Cavill. Was that? No, he does. He does. Oh my god.
What about the 4 people you're close to?
Sullivan is the 7th ally.
One chose Soren in the end.
As the Rainbow Runners prefect and resource coordinator for the Backtrackers, your data integration abilities shouldn't have deteriorated, right?
Liam and Lucian? Kind of.
What are you trying to say?
Xavier doesn't respond. Instead, he turns and begins surveying the small office. He stops before a corkboard covered with photos.
Back then, Traceback 2 landed at a space-time anchor point that was outside the margin of error. The first plan was immediately scrapped. After the second plan was agreed upon, we spent 20 years searching for suitable magnetic field points and planted 53 flux nexuses.
What? What am I'm... Xavier.
I haven't forgotten. That was to detect Earth's energy flow, so we could immediately detect the formation of an ether core.
I'm very upsetty about him not mentioning anything.
Unfortunately, as soon as the Chrono Rift catastrophe appeared, all our plans were ruined. Those flux nexuses could only be shut down.
What if I said that the flux nexuses weren't actually turned off? Rather, they were changed to serve another purpose.
Pinching the corner of a photo between his fingertips, Xavier runs his thumb over the blurry, frayed image. It appears to be a group of young people wearing matching uniforms. They're standing before the Holy Sword when it was still pristine.
Are you saying the Holy Sword of the Goddess appeared because Soren modified the flux nexuses?
Some of the ones you set up may have been modified as well. Back then, to ensure the plan wasn't leaked, each person only knew the locations of the anchor points they set up. And the map showing all the anchor points is hidden in your psychically sealed compartment. I need that map.
So, just a thought, and this might be a theory, about the flux nexus. There's two that we knew about before all of this. There was the one in the hunt zone number 42, I think. Or the one where Xavier was messing with the Wanderer. And there was the one at the top of the building in the N109 zone, which Silas knew about. But Silas knows about the flux nexuses. And then we destroyed one in the hunt zone number 39 just recently. Sullivan, who has been confrontational with Xavier, lets out a hearty laugh and plops his tense self into the sofa.
I already left the Backtrackers, Captain. I swore never to interfere with any Backtrackers.
Oh no. Xavier takes down a map of Lincoln City and spreads it out in front of Sullivan.
Just mark the anchor points in Lincoln. That'll do.
Think of me as an aging old man. I can no longer chase the dreams of my youth.
That old photo is pushed across the map.
Sure. After all, you're willing to let them be buried in the dream you abandoned.
The cold sneer Sullivan forced onto his face immediately crumbles, and he looks away with an icy expression.
You think that will make me come back crying and ensure I swear my loyalty to you again? You're too...
Save the complaints for next time. Assuming there is one anyway.
This is the second time Xavier has interrupted him. I'm nervous because I rarely see him emanate an intimidating aura. With that kind of attitude, I can only hope Sullivan doesn't get angry and side with Soren out of spite.
But the holy sword of the goddess has appeared. Doesn't that mean Soren's plan might succeed? The holy sword of the goddess was the first to manifest, which proves he remembers the oath we swore before it. He's staying true to himself. Shouldn't you be happy?
But his actions are tearing Philos apart, which will accelerate the death of the planet.
What?
He lost his mind. Have you also gone mad?
What do you mean he's tearing Philos apart?
Xavier extends his hand, clenching his fist. A gray dust particle falls in front of Sullivan. The falling dust shatters the serenity in Sullivan's gaze. He leaps up from the sofa.
The Philos that's being transferred through a magnetic field overlap is the same Philos in our memories. But it won't be for long. He modified the flux nexuses to perform an energy traction. To be more specific, he used the RMFMA's spatial overlap principles as a basis for cutting and transplanting Philos. Unlike the planet transplantation we theorized, this method will cause the fragments of Philos to lose their original energy when they arrive on Earth.
This is all gone very wrong. This is not how it's supposed to be.
What he's bringing isn't Philos, but rather the broken corpse of a lifeless planet. The decay of the holy sword of the goddess has only just begun.
The gray dust sits as a thin layer on the table. It's so fragile that it doesn't need wind or rain to disperse. Sullivan's hand trembles. He wants to touch the dust particles, but doesn't dare to get close.
Our everlasting statue. As long as Philos stands, it will never fall.
That's Sullivan. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. A heavy silence fills the room. It presses down on everything. No one dares to breathe. I don't think this is the case, but I'm gonna be kind of sad for a minute. Sullivan sounds kind of like the guy down right before you go find the tree in Xavier's third myth, where he says, "Will you save us, my lady?" The one that turns into the goodbye, Ada. The one that turns into the Wanderer as soon as you get down into like the hole in Philos or in Cinderfell. I noticed a soft sigh that Xavier hid behind his calm words. It's so gentle, as if he's afraid of disturbing something.
This is what you left with me back then.
He takes out a familiar badge from his pocket and places it beside the dust from the monument.
Now, using my authority as Xavier, I invite you once again, be my vice captain.
There's a stack of neatly arranged forms on the desk. They match the office's interior. The note looks new and seems to be a request form for lost items. Mr. Yang, Building 12, Unit 102, urgently seeking a melodious, laughing thrust that flew away from the backyard at noon.
I hope that melodious laughing thrush hasn't wandered too far. Let's go.
This is all gone very fucky. This is not... I was not... This was... This is... Soren needs to stop. I am so invested in Philos. It needs to... I can't. This is so... yeah. Right and wrong. The streets outside the window are a blur as the hastily repaired truck carries us towards the other side of the city. I think it's just
You ran
because
into old
Silent
Sully?
Skills with the
He
old
opened an
men of the
agency?
city most-
He's doing
It's
work
true.
for his neighborhood?
I'm not surprised. He's a people-pleasing bootlicker.
Oh my God,
And he has a
Isaiah.
forgettable face, too.
Quiet.
Isaiah, please. This is not the time, Isaiah. Isaiah, please. You need to...
Before meeting up with you, we visited 3 locations where I remembered flux nexuses had been planted. 2 of them showed no activity, but we removed them just to be safe. The 3rd one we collected was at Triumph Avenue. The street in front of our academy had manifested.
The street in front of the academy. Oh no.
That was the first time I saw it so deserted. There wasn't a soul around.
Isaiah has to get his opinion. Isaiah is blind like a bat.
No one being present is a good thing.
Seeing Jeremiah's confusion, I sigh as well and give him a short recap of the conversation between Xavier and Sullivan.
The Holy Sword is deteriorating. The wavy leaf sea lavender is withering. These are all signs that point to the planet's energy being drained.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't happen this quickly. Transplanted planets do experience a phase where their energy is taken away, but the new energy should be enough to sustain them through this transition.
Earth's ether core hasn't fully matured yet. It can't meet the requirements to support Philos.
Am I Earth's ether core?
The second plan requires an ether core that matures when Earth collapses. Then Earth's energy won't be directly siphoned if people start appearing in the magnetic field overlap.
Oh no. That's like transplanting plants. Jeremiah would know. I can't. Oh man. If people start getting transplanted.
Soren did a calculation. Even with planet transplantation, people still have a 53% chance of surviving the process.
Isaiah, I appreciate the sentiment, but...
That's 1% higher than the chance of doing a successful backtracking.
That's... Isaiah, please.
I think His Highness, the Crown Prince knockoff, is missing Soren again.
It's Jeremiah. You guys!
This isn't an experiment. It's a gamble.
When you first proposed the concept of backtracking, how many people supported you, Xavier?
I volunteer colleague aid if you were listening. And the strategist.
80% of people thought you were joking, and the remaining 20% thought you were insane. Do you even remember how many times your backtracking experiments failed?
Technically, yes.
It was okay for you to fail again and again, but when it's someone else's turn, it becomes a gamble?
It's not Isaiah. Isaiah. Oh my god, Isaiah.
Is it because you're the crown prince, so you get special privileges?
Those who only ever think about power always seem to see that fault in others.
Since you can fail 100 times, Xavier, other people should be allowed to fail 99 times. Let's look at Philos' situation and assume that letting 1 million people die could save 1.01 million people. You should know what the correct choice is.
The truck turns at an intersection. Jeremiah slams on the brakes and stops the vehicle in a deserted corner. He grits his teeth and he glares at Isaiah.
Now I understand how that human-eating planet and the royal family that upholds it came to be.
Oh no, oh. Jeremiah.
You stand in the clouds at 10,000 meters. 1 million people look like densely packed grains of sand beneath your feet. They mean nothing to you. But I stand on the ground. So let me tell you that they're people just like us. Each and every one of them. They each have a name. They're not a string of numbers.
In other words, we let everyone die together while chanting all lives are equal?
If anyone needs to be sacrificed, it should be scum like you who don't see people as humans.
You guys, I'm trying not to cry, but your sacrifice is sitting in the car with you. The two start scoffing as if they're competing. I seize the opportunity to interrupt them before they can continue. Have you even thought about Earth? Does our planet need to die?
Earth's collapse during the apocalypse is inevitable. Why should we worry about Earth if we can't even save Philos?
Okay, you two should stop arguing. Listening to you spat is giving me a headache. For a moment, only the engine's vibrations remain. Xavier taps Jeremiah's chair, and the truck starts moving again.
Operation Backtrack's first choice was to take the planetary core, which only forms when a planet is dying. It's like taking organs that are still viable from a dying person's body and transplanting them into someone who needs them. When we made that decision, we knew how great the risk of landing during a planet's destruction would be. We might get caught in cosmic winds that form because of the energy. Or we might be annihilated along with the fracturing tectonic plates. But the reason why every backtracker agreed to it? We refused to survive by sacrificing some to save others. So even if we needed other planets' planetary cores, we had to wait until the planet died. Philos' new future can't involve endless sacrifice again.
His gaze, sharp and intense beneath the calm surface, is directed towards the rearview mirror. It's as if he can peer into the hearts of his two former teammates through it.
Should we ever reach a moment when sacrifice becomes necessary, we only have the right to sacrifice ourselves. We don't decide who lives or dies. So, this topic lacks the necessity for discussion on a fundamental level.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, please. The Backtrackers who risk being destroyed with the planet are essentially sacrificed, right? You're planning to use one final sacrifice to turn the situation around. This is the true nature underneath the Backtrackers' madness. The journey they embarked on is one without blessings. A potential dead end leading to their lives vanishing in the vast cosmos.
We're gambling everything. But I also said I'd bring them home.
We're going to use the Aether Core of dying Earth. So keep it going.
The second plan is still viable. However, external thorns won't be the only obstacles. There's also
the human heart. Xavier lowers his gaze. Maybe nothing can shake his resolve, but what about the others? Who would have thought that even this abandoned park in the old quarter had a flux nexus for years? Fortunately, the energy in the area is stable, and the flux nexus shows no signs of modification. After removing it, our search is interrupted.
The flux nexuses we were aware of are just these. What about the others?
Both our Hunter's Watches receive emergency alerts at the same time. Xavier and I look at each other. Something bad is about to happen. The warning from the association says abnormal magnetic fields in multiple locations across Lincoln City, having simultaneously exceeded the safety threshold.
Soren started moving quickly.
Why is he rushing? He's never been this impatient before.
I'll report to Captain Jenna first about how to deal with the abnormal magnetic fields.
Other hunters can remove the flux nexuses by using the association's weapons. If all of them work together, we should be able to suppress these abnormal magnetic fields. As for the remaining flux nexuses...
Can't you drag Sullivan here like you did with me? You could have given out an order, forced him to help, or even threatened him.
Nope, that only works with you, Isaiah.
Those methods would have failed.
Hi, Sullivan.
I have to hear that as soon as I show up. I'm starting to question whether or not I made the right choice.
An unexpected figure approaches. He stands out under the sunlight. Annoyed, Sullivan glares at Isaiah and hands over a neatly folded map.
Take it before I change my mind.
The sun's silence lasts for a moment. Xavier steps forward first, his gaze lingering briefly on his badge. A hint of a smile appears at the corner of his lips.
Since you're here, I won't give you the chance to change your mind.
That was a heavy chapter that I was not prepared for. I was... Oh, man. Thanks, Sullivan. Wow. There's just so much. Is he gonna knock him out? I... All right, let's just get on. That was a lot of emotion also. From that point on, no one wastes another word. Their attention is focused on the map Xavier spread out.
The 6 flux nexuses in the southeastern region match up with the abnormal magnetic fields the association detected. We've already investigated the central area. What's left is the southwestern corner and this northern region.
Oh wait, the flux nexus to the north seems to be concentrated.
We've calculated the detection points for Earth's energy flows. The northern areas in Lincoln City are dominant zones.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, at least 3 backtrackers have planted flux nexuses in this region.
Okay, so there's 3. Isn't that no hunt zone number 39, where the holy sword of the goddess stands? No wonder it's a large magnetic field is still present.
If I may, the magnetic field around the holy sword is like the largest putrefied area on a flower petal. If that was the only one, the flower would take 3 days to wither.
Okay.
But if other putrefied areas appear, they'll rapidly connect into a decaying network. The time it'll take for them to wither will be significantly decreased.
Okay.
Cut to the chase. How much time do we have?
Jeremiah opens his phone and runs calculations using a temporarily constructed magnetic field data network.
3 hours.
That's not a whole lot of time, Jeremiah.
We need to destroy the real flux nexuses that are around the holy sword within 3 hours. To ensure it goes smoothly, we have to prevent other putrefied areas from appearing.
3 hours isn't enough. We can't even get into the magnetic field overlap behind the holy sword right now.
You're talking about the large magnetic field. Why not? Can you calculate more hours, please?
The holy sword is massive. I figured it'd need a lot of energy to materialize, so I took some time to collect data on it.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's a totally normal thing to do.
But the system failed to do that. It could only monitor environmental energy around the magnetic field's perimeter and some disrupted anomalous data.
Okay.
By utilizing the spatial reconstruction characteristics of reflected magnetic field energy analyzers, we can create magnetic field barriers. It was only speculation back then, but it seems to have been confirmed. Whether it's the RMFMA or the flux nexuses with modified protocores, they're all part of Soren's experiments.
That guy has gotten more determined since he went insane.
Jeremiah really is always doing the most.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with this hypocrite.
Oh my god, please, Sullivan. Is now the time?
Magnetic field stabilizers are part of a monitoring network spanning all of Lincoln City. We need the Hunters Association system.
Okay. Xavier shares his highest level clearance with me once again. Oh, this is cute! It's like the beginning! Oh.
Use these credentials to synchronize and mark the locations of the remaining flux nexuses in the stabilizer system.
Are you gonna give me more than 45 minutes?
Tell Jenna and the Association to prioritize destroying the places that match the anomalous magnetic field patterns. The remaining ones...
I'll lead a team to eliminate them.
Thank you, Sullivan.
Jeremiah and Isaiah will go with you. I'll deal with the magnetic field barrier.
Oh, why are you... Even though I haven't figured out what Xavier will do, I grab his wrist. You're not allowed to be reckless.
Don't worry. The situation is unclear, so I won't exhaust myself on the first go.
What's your plan? What is your plan?
No matter how advanced Soren's technology is, he can only utilize Earth's current energy limits.
I love when Xavier shares his access.
But there's still one place where power from Philos exists.
Don't tell me it's...
Xavier, what are you trying to do? I knew it. The more normal someone seems, the more insane they actually are.
Isaiah, please. I'm going with you no matter what.
Okay.
Oh. How? Xavier, you just agreed like that? Okay. Okay. Isaiah just needs a Snickers. He does. I don't think a Snickers will help this. Even during the day, No Hunt Zone number 42 is shrouded in dark clouds. He's in a perpetual state of needing a Snickers. In a flash, Xavier appears above the wreckage of the Traceback 2 with me in his arms. The exposed transmission system is visible under our feet. I knew he was talking about the Traceback 2. Xavier gets down on one knee and traces the damaged edges. The central panel lights up. Xavier has planned to take us with him anyway. You really think he's gonna pair us with any of the other men? That's true. The Snickers would turn his frown upside down. Really weird hearing him be so angry with this one. Let's venture together, yes. A protocore. Energy particles separate from the air and converge into streams of light before finally condensing into a brilliant blue cube.
This is the power source that supplies energy to Traceback 2's transmission system, Echo. Powering a massive vessel requires 12 of these operating in a rotation. Our preparations took a very long time because we had to manufacture enough Echo units. We even mobilized all available resources. Unfortunately, 11 of them suffered severe damage in the final backtrack. This one was...
Oops.
Unfortunately, 11 of them suffered severe damage in the final backtrack. This one was preserved the best when we landed.
Are there resources on Earth that can repair it?
Some parts can be replaced, but for the most important component, the materials here aren't good enough. Echo can convert evil energy into power, and a sufficiently strong evil can also activate Echo.
Well, it's funny that you should mention that, because I happen to have a pretty strong evil.
If we were still on Philos, we'd only need a few evolvers to restart it. But here... On Philos, an evolver's evol energy and life force are one and the same. Using your evol means you're consuming your own life for power. On Earth, we're displaced in time and space. The energy we consume can't be regenerated.
That's what he
With
did
the
to
current
get the
state of
ship
our
to work in his
evols,
branch story.
we can't do it.
Oh, yeah. He clenches his hand into a fist and presses it against the spaceship's rusty hull. In other words, the one we have now is your last hope for restarting Backtrack 2, or Traceback 2.
But it will never have a chance to awaken again.
The rotating blue cube occasionally releases drifting energy particles, and Xavier gently grabs it. It's like he's holding a weak heart that's still beating. Xavier. The broken portholes hang and reflect the bustling crowd the starship once carried. And there was that young man sitting alone beyond the lamplight. It quietly visits this distant planet. During a quiet spring, a knight's boots step onto the unfamiliar yet soft earth. People appeared for it, surrounded it, poured everything into it, and then they left it behind one by one. On nights when silver waterfalls cascade, empty syringes roll and fall, someone once curled up in its pod. Dreams kept it close to its homeland. I'm so sad for the Backtrackers. Like, even with as mad as what Isaiah is, like, I feel sad for him. Jeremiah did take most of the good parts too. I'm so sad for these guys. I'm so sad for the Backtrackers. Xavier, are you really going to use up the spaceship's remaining energy?
This is the only way.
I know, but I'm not asking about Xavier's decision. I'm asking about Xavier's heart. They were originally trying to save their own planet. I know. Well, and when you think about it too, like, not only were they trying to save their own planet, like, Xavier was trying to, I know Xavier's kind of was in a selfish way, because if you want to use it as, like, him, he didn't want to lose MC again, but he was still trying to find a way to also save the planet at the same time. So, really, it was the intentions of what he was trying to do were like for the greater good, and they just totally got it all went sideways. I take Xavier's wrist and place it against his chest. It's obvious it doesn't want to do this. He freezes. Only his heartbeat that's transmitted through bone and flesh pulses in sync with the echo's flickering blue light.
The Backtrackers are a group seeking death, and Traceback 2 is their ferry. It's harsh, but we didn't deny that assessment, not even once.
Sadly, that even without her, the Philosians were still dying and being turned into monsters because of the core. Yep.
Every Backtracker knew it was a chariot carrying idealists to victory, or a coffin burying those lost in delusions. At least this isn't our most desperate hour yet. It still has the chance to uphold a knight's honor, to spend its final moments in battle. It's willing.
I guide his hand down to gently grasp the blue core. I feel the faint energy particles flowing across our palms. When we were caught in Soren's trap, we managed to escape because of this. Can we spend a little more time with it? Just 5 more minutes.
Of course.
That's so sad. I'm so sad for the Backtrackers. In No Hunt Zone, number 42's lush expanse stretches out as we sit side by side. We let the forest breeze wash over us. The past few days keep turning over in my mind, and I find myself grabbing the moments that stand out to me. The bandage you left for Sullivan looked a lot like the one I saw on Isaiah.
They're badges from the Order of Lightseekers. The stars on Isaiah's badge represent the Star Hunters, and the arc on Sullivan's represents the Rainbow Runners. All the Backtrackers were part of the Order of Lightseekers, and most members of the Order of Lightseekers were students from Astria Night Academy.
That name is familiar for some reason. In the memories that came back to me at the Holy Sword of the Goddess, I think I was one of them. If all of the Backtrackers were part of the Order of the Lightseekers, then Isaiah really was wearing their uniform.
Yeah.
That explains why he treasures it so much. It's a shame I never got to see you wear your knight's attire.
Jeremiah made a few new sets. According to him, they're perfect replicas. There might still be a chance.
His skills are incredibly versatile. I can't believe he can't even make clothes.
Quite a few people used to go to him for repairs. Isaiah's outfit was well preserved because of him. Some of our comrades were skilled at maintaining our badges. They'd polish them until they shine. Sullivan's Evol was remarkably effective at treating insomnia. Everyone called him the Sandman behind his back.
With the blue sneakers. Who would have thought his powerful evil could be used like that? Scenes from the brief encounter spring to life. Through his stories, the faces I glimpsed through the porthole become real one by one. As I try to imagine their time together, I can't help but smile. Yet my heart is heavy with emotion. How did the Backtrackers end up like this? Xavier shakes his head as if he shares the same confusion. It's also like he's using the gesture to suppress certain feelings once more.
On a ship that could never reach the shore, the food ran out. Someone said they were willing to sacrifice themselves to keep everyone going. I told them to abandon ship, even if it was temporary.
They wouldn't accept it?
It was the ship carrying them in their search for humanity's only hope. All the while, they bore every curse, every ounce of scorn.
Leaves drift on the wind. Xavier catches one, holds it between his fingers for a moment, and lets it return to the breeze. Maybe he let things go like that before and allowed those close to him to walk away.
The arguments grew heated, and someone accidentally damaged Echo. I didn't stop it in time, and the Backtrackers fell apart starting at that moment.
So that's how those evols wound up here. But your evol was in the deepest layer, and Echo wasn't completely damaged. You protected it? Why didn't you tell the other Backtrackers? You could have said that it was possible to repair the spaceship. Poor Echo.
Very few people can fight against the passage of time and guard an uncertain future.
In the end, only you remained. And you're the person who advised everyone to abandon the ship while continuing to watch over Traceback 2.
I wasn't alone for long, though. After I discovered what Jeremiah was doing to the spaceship, I stopped preparing it. The necessary materials were already scarce to begin with. He took more parts, and I could only fix so much.
I wish you lived as freely as Jeremiah, even if it was just for one day.
Aren't I already doing that?
Being able to go wherever you want isn't freedom. Following your heart is. Take right now, for instance. Xavier, do you dare to say you're not sad? There are no backtrackers here. No knights. You're not anyone's captain. You also have the right to be sad. You can grieve. His body tenses for a moment before pulling away from my shoulder. He takes the only warmth in the wind with him. For some reason, I hold back the urge to turn around and look.
My heart knows retreat isn't an option. I won't hesitate nor have any regrets. I will take Echo. But
He hugs me from behind. His warmth seeps through our clothes to press against my shoulder blades.
I want your forgiveness.
I bite my lip. I'm grateful that I didn't turn around. He doesn't need to see the tears welling in my eyes. No one, not even me, has the right to forgive you. If a mission requires you to shoulder everything from everyone, forge ahead breathlessly, then the person who gave you that order should be responsible for you. Take Echo. This is my decision. And this is an order I'm giving you. My memories are somewhat hazy, but I know we fought side by side on Philos. Maybe we were close, or maybe we were always parted ways. But right now I'm here. I'm by your side. Since taking Echo is the only option, this is the decision we're making together. You won't accept it?
How could I not?
No, Xavier.
Since we made this choice, let's say goodbye to Echo together.
The wind has stopped at some point, and the forest falls into absolute silence. Xavier supports me as we reach into the deepest parts of the spaceship system. Light swirls around, It's like light swirls around us as eval recognition mechanisms activate to give us access. The massive vessel beneath our feet emits a gentle hum. The giant beast that has slumbered for ages slowly stirs to life.
The silence system has been activated. The countdown is 90 minutes. As per subsystem commands, farewell mode will now be initiated. Compiling data. It's been a long time, Captain. The vital signs monitoring system shows that nearly 3/4 of the Backtrackers are still alive. I'm glad. In 88 minutes and 39 seconds, I will join Traceback 1's remaining cables and enter eternal silence mode. For humans, farewells are always heavy, but please do not gaze upon extinguished stars. Someday, when time no longer exists, new stars will rise from where the old ones fell. Good night, Backtrackers. Good night, Universe.
I don't know how this game made me sad for losing a spaceship, but here we are. That's the end of this? Yeah, that was... I was not expecting to be sad like that. I feel so bad for the Backtrackers. I just... Oh, my heart hurts for them so badly. I just... Everything... Whenever... The part that got me was when Isaiah was like... Who cares? Like, who cares who we sacrifice, sort of thing. And I'm sitting there like, Jeremiah's having to sit here and hear this, and Xavier's having to sit here and hear this. And then MC is here who's hearing it but has no idea, and she has two people here who are like, how could you say something like this? And Isaiah knows it's her. He's not oblivious to that. He's just... And I'm like, how can you guys talk about this right now with her here, even though she doesn't remember? It's not fair that you're saying stuff like this.